During halftime, our football coach pulled me aside and said, "Make sure number 10 never walks again." What the hell did you just say? I stared at Coach Williams, sweat dripping down my face as I processed the most disturbing thing I'd ever heard come out of a teacher's mouth. We were down 21-14 against our biggest rivals, the Central High Eagles, and their star quarterback Tyler Brooks, number 10, had been picking apart our defense all night. But what Coach just whispered to me in the empty equipment room went way beyond normal football strategy. He grabbed my shoulder pads and pulled me closer, his breath hot against my ear. "You heard me, Marcus. That kid's been embarrassing us for 3 years straight. Tonight it ends. I don't care how you do it, but make sure he can't finish this game on his feet." Coach Williams had been acting obsessed all week during practice, but not in the way you'd expect from a football coach. He'd shown us film footage of Tyler Brooks over and over, but something felt off about the way he watched. His eyes would track Tyler's movements with an intensity that made my skin crawl, pausing the video at strange moments that had nothing to do with strategy. He'd zoom in on Tyler's face during post-game interviews, muttering comments about his arrogant smile and pretty boy attitude. "Marcus, you're our best linebacker, and you know how to deliver hits that count," he continued, his voice low and urgent. "That quarterback needs to learn what happens when you think you're untouchable." The way Coach talked about Tyler Brooks felt personal, like he was describing someone who'd wronged him individually rather than just an opposing player. He knew details about Tyler's life that went far beyond normal scouting, his class schedule, his part-time job at the local grocery store, even which college recruiters had been calling his house. When I asked why he was so focused on one player, Coach's expression darkened. "Some people think they're special, Marcus, think they can just take whatever they want without consequences. That boy needs to be reminded that actions have results." I realized something was seriously wrong when Coach pulled out his phone and showed me a text conversation with someone named Rick. The messages were cryptic but disturbing, talking about taking care of the Brooks situation and teaching lessons that stick. There were references to a $5,000 payment and discussions about Tyler's routine and vulnerabilities. Coach scrolled through the messages with shaking hands, his voice getting more agitated as he explained how Tyler had destroyed everything and taken what didn't belong to him. The texts included details about Tyler's scholarship offers and even his girlfriend's work schedule. This wasn't about football anymore. This was about something much darker. When I tried to back away, Coach grabbed my arm with desperate strength. "You don't understand what that kid has done to me," he said, his eyes wild with something that looked like genuine pain mixed with rage. "He thinks he can just walk into someone's life, take whatever he wants, and walk away without paying the price. Well, tonight he learns that some debts have to be paid in full." Coach's voice cracked as he continued, revealing a depth of personal hatred that went far beyond sports rivalry. "That pretty boy quarterback destroyed my family, Marcus. He's going to find out what that feels like." The truth finally came out when Coach showed me a photo on his phone that made everything click into place. It was Tyler Brooks with a woman I recognized as Coach's ex-wife, both of them laughing at what looked like a romantic dinner. The timestamp showed the photo was taken 6 months ago, right around the time Coach Williams had filed for divorce. Tyler wasn't just the opposing quarterback. He was the reason Coach's marriage had fallen apart. Coach had discovered his wife was having an affair with the high school student she'd been tutoring, and that student was Tyler Brooks. The obsessive film study, the stalking behavior, the personal hatred, it all made horrifying sense now. I walked back onto the field feeling sick to my stomach, finally understanding that Coach Williams wanted me to cripple a 17-year-old kid not for football reasons, but for sleeping with his wife. Tyler Brooks was warming up on the sideline, completely unaware that my coach wanted revenge for a personal betrayal that had nothing to do with the game. I realized I couldn't be part of this twisted revenge plot, so during the next time out, I walked straight to the referees and told them everything. The investigation revealed that Coach Williams had been planning this assault for months, ever since discovering the affair between his wife and Tyler. He'd hired a private investigator to track Tyler's movements and finally snapped when the divorce was finalized last month. Tyler Brooks learned about the murder plot from a detective who explained that a bitter, obsessed man had tried to use me as a weapon to destroy his life over an adult woman's choices. Coach Williams was arrested on charges of conspiracy to commit assault and stalking a minor, receiving 5 years in prison for trying to turn a football game into his personal vendetta against a kid who'd gotten involved with the wrong person at the wrong time.